On TikTok at the moment, it seems the African diaspora is holding by a very thin thread. And I'm saying on TikTok at the moment because I would hate to think that what is happening on TikTok in the Black community, in the African diaspora, with the, wars that's going on, I would hate to come to find out that a similar situation is happening in real life. So, for those of you who don't know, there is like a gazillion diaspora wars going on right now on TikTok. And just when I thought it can't get any worse than that, here comes an African American sister who is presently pushing for African Americans to boycott African braiding shops.
How we should control the fast when we the one who bought it.
Black Americans, come here. Come here. This is a message for y'all, especially my Black American women. Come here. Listen. I think it's time for us to show how strong and how powerful the Black American dollar is, since they don't believe us. I think it's time to boycott the braiding shops. That's what I think it's time to do. It's time to boycott the braiding shops. Stop going. We know how to braid. Let's braid our own hair. Support our own small businesses. Stop going to the braid shops. Teach them how to have some respect, because they have none. Black American power. Black American dollar. They need us. We don't need them. Remember that. Do I wish there could be unity in a community? Absolutely. But that ain't gonna happen until they give us our respect. And they've never done it. So, all that. Boycott time. No more African braid shops. It's time to boycott the African braid shops. Stop going. Let's show them how powerful our Black American dollar is, since they think we can't control this narrative. Since they think we got everything, let's show them how much we really got. Black American power. Again, I'm going to keep saying it. Like, follow, share, comment below. What you think?
For those of you who don't know, there's been this conversation going on about the SS Festival. There are some African Americans that were not exactly or are not exactly pleased by how the recent SS Festival went. According to the African Americans who have a problem with it, they are saying that it was basically, for lack of a better term, it's now giving more African energy, more African culture than African American energy and African American culture. The way the conversation has been going is been leading to a lot of butthead situation. But the reason why I'm talking about Essence Festival now is because this particular sister, the video that she stitched, she's of an African sister that was talking about the Essence Festival. So I guess trying to find the correlation between SS Festival and what happened there, with her now saying that African braiding shops should get boycotted. So maybe it's a situation of, okay, Africans have taken over Essence Festival from us, so now we should stop going to their establishment, to their braiding shops. I'm not sure.
The reason as to why the boycott is happening. If you guys don't know, the boycott is happening because of Essence Fest. From my understanding, the Essence Festival is a Black American festival, right? It celebrates Black American culture, especially its history in America. Unfortunately, in an act that's so familiar about Black businesses being sold to other foreign entities or whatever, Essence got sold to a group of Africans. Basically, from then on, the Black American culture was dissolved out of Essence and it became something more resembling of Afro Nation, I suppose. And I'm saying I suppose to drastically show you the comparison really between African American culture and African culture. Like, you understand it went from point A to point B. African Americans are upset, which for me is valid. It's reasonable. This was a celebration of your culture, right? Cool. And so let's put a pin in that right here. The plot twist, though, is rather than petitioning Essence, boycotting Essence, or even talking about how Essence sold out and this is an Essence issue, Essence needs to be an African American culture-based festival, the animosity was geared straight towards Africans. The entire pillar of capitalism was missed and skipped by a lot of creators who talked about it, and instead they targeted Africans, which became a heated conversation between two parties. And this is where I refer back to what I said in the beginning, which is like America tends to be very self-centered. Because if I called my cousin right now who's been in the country for 20 years, who's a Black woman who loves makeup, and I said, hey, what's Essence Fest? She's gonna say it's a festival and have no understanding that it's connected to Black American culture. Unfortunately, African American culture is not explored and shared and learned as it should be globally, even in the country. And so a lot of people frankly just didn't know that Essence was a primarily African American culture based Festival. The thing is, people would go and enjoy Essence Festival without understanding the background. So they'll just enjoy that there are black people, black foods, people are happy, people are having a good time, but they're lacking the nuance that it was an African American based festival. And so rather than targeting these kind of conversations, these kind of questions, Essence, you shouldn't have done that. And to the people who bought Essence, this is what Essence is ultimately about. Essence should have never sold out, It was instead pointed towards Africans. And the conversation has evolved to now, because Africans bought Essence and made it African, we are no longer spending our African American dollars at African baiting shops.
So as you guys know, even after filming my videos, while I'm editing, I do always try to make sure I double check and research more, just in case I find new information, I can incorporate it into the video. And that was how I came by the sister's video, and I'm very glad that I did, because she did an amazing job breaking the situation down. And come to find out that my speculation on why we're seeing these talks about boycotting was actually why it happened. So I guess that's that. This sister's video brought in much needed context into the conversation. Unfortunately, I could not play the entire video because it's a bit long, but of course I'm tagging her in this video. So if you are maybe interested in hearing what more she had to say, I'm so sorry. You have to go on her page on TikTok and watch the rest of the video there. But back to the sister who's calling for African Americans to boycott African braiding shops. She made a follow-up video, and this was what she had to say.
Hi guys. So listen, I made this post to boycott the African braid shops. And honestly, I didn't expect it to pick up as much momentum as it did, but it did. And I think it's a good thing. And like I said, I don't just talk about it, I bees about it. So, since it's picking up so much momentum, since we are in a paradigm shift, and since we as Black Americans are really sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired of telling them we are sick and tired of being beat, battered, bullied, and abused by every ethnicity that is not a Black American, I have picked a date, and I say starting August the 1st, for the entire month of August, we boycott African-owned businesses. That includes restaurants, hair salons, braid shops, etc., etc. It's time to show them that our Black American dollar is what runs this damn country. We are no longer tolerating disrespect. We are demanding it. We have been punching bags long enough. No more. So, I say again, August 1st, we're going to start, and for the entire month of August, no support for African businesses from Black America.
And there you have it. She's decided on a date and everything for when the boycotting is going to kick off. And now Black TikTok is on fire right now, no thanks to these videos she's made. Put in mind though that there is more to this clip, but we are going to get to that much later. Now, this particular video has started another diaspora war. We have Africans who are like, you know what, you don't want to come, don't come to our braiding shops. We are not forcing you, right? It's not by force. It's not a do or die affair.
Because boycott, what the don't stop at boycotting the African braiding shop. Boycott everything. Boycott it, please. Boycott everything. Boycott your waist bead. Boycott your braids, myself. Even that your cornrow. Where y'all think your ancestors learned how to cornrow? Don't piss me off, eh? You don't piss me off. In a piss him off. Wallah, you are pissing me off. Why are you people even giving timeline? The lady came and she said that August 1st, we're gonna boycott the African. Don't wait until August 1st. Start now.
Do you guys understand that you have free will? Nobody is forcing you to braid your hair with African hair braiding shops. Do you guys understand that you can book with Black Americans through their Instagram, their link in their bio? Go ahead and pay your $500, $600, $700, $800, $1,000 for braids. Nobody is begging you to go and braid your hair for $200.
And there are Africans who are like, you know what, maybe we should calm down and talk about this. Like, let's stop fighting. This is getting out of hand. We can't continue to act like this. African Americans too, there's a split, it seems. There are African Americans who are like, yes, I agree, we should boycott all African braiding shops.
I'm making this video because I wanted to support Shaya's Shelf, who is promoting a protest for August 1st. Complete blackout on African braiding shops, restaurants, and stores, right? I'm absolutely here for this. I'm showing my support because I do this in my everyday life. I do not shop with the Africans. Ain't no African ever braided my hair, put their hands in my head, or none of that, right? I don't do the restaurants. I stopped like years ago. I do not shop with their stores. If I walk into a store and I accidentally realize, not for me, right? So she's encouraging that we do an August 1st protest all through the month of August. I think it should continue throughout for the rest of the year, right? Let them really feel the heat, okay? Because they are confused about who they are, who we are, and what this is all about, right? They're so busy licking boots, they don't seem to want to give us our respect. They need a wake-up call, right? Because clearly they don't understand that the large majority of why you are even in the space that you're in is because of us, and that our dollars are the ones that pay your bills. Because we black them out, I want to see how many white people finna support y'all, right? I want to see how many of y'all businesses is really going to be able to stay afloat month after month of black people not supporting you, right? Like, let's really be about it. So in support of Shaya's shelf, I am even pushing past August, but it starts August 1st, okay? Complete, total blackout on Africans, period, okay? Let them know what time it is.
The comments. The CIA don't even got to try anymore. Facts. The work is done. All they have to do now is sit back and basically watch us obliterate ourselves. While eating popcorn, by the way. We're giving them a very good show. They are getting entertained on one hand, and on the other hand, we are helping them do their job. So they are just relaxing. It's like killing two birds with one stone, right? And yes, there are African Americans who are like, no, they don't agree with this boycott, and that they are not going to feed into whatever this is.
Y'all trying to boycott African braiding shops is laughable. I won't be boycotting, bitch.
So now I'm seeing y'all saying y'all don't want to shop or y'all want to boycott African stores and African people. Nonsensical.
We ain't boycotting African businesses. What the fuck is wrong? What is going on here, fam?
Black people and black people only. Are y'all okay? Do y'all even see what's going on? The very visible divide that is happening, that we are allowing to happen in our generation, that we can clearly see is an invisible hand causing and stirring up division. Y'all really about to sit back and let this happen? Black Americans, we are not boycotting no Africans. I'm sorry. We are not boycotting our brothers and sisters. Especially if y'all ain't gonna run it back on the Chinese, the Arabs, and all of those other people that's over in America that's cutting up and been cutting up for years. We're not gonna do it.
Who do black people? Who do us? Why would they do like who they swear for? And I mean this with all the love I have for my people in my heart. And no, this is not directed to African Americans only. It's directed to every single freaking one of my people. Why are we always doing this? And just like I said in this video I made covering the present gazillion diaspora wars that's presently going on, I said in that video that we always seem to have this much energy, this vim for ourselves, so ready to fight ourselves, now even boycott ourselves. But we don't have this energy for other people though.
So y'all say boycott African-owned businesses, right? Cool. But the next time Target donates to the police foundation, I really am going to need y'all to keep that same energy. So let me get this straight. Y'all want to cancel a black immigrant's corner store because he gave you a weird look, but Starbucks that called the cops on two black men for just existing, just sitting there and existing, you're still standing in line for a venti iced macchiato? You will boycott the African braiding shops, but you'll still pull up at Target, the company that funds police foundations like it's a GoFundMe for state violence. Okay, don't even get me started on Lululemon, okay? A brand that's literally built on whiteness, fat phobia, and exclusion. But hey, sis, listen, go off in your yoga pants still talking about protecting black culture. And the sad part about all of this is we don't even need the white people to come into our communities to tear us down. We tear each other down already for clout. And while we're doing that, we're giving billion-dollar corporations built on racist histories grace, patience, and direct deposits.
What sis just said, let's take a quick pause right there, because the other day here I came by the history on how back in the day Louis Vuitton allegedly, for legal purposes, back in the day they are saying they used to have human zoos. Human zoos, guys. Human zoos, Louis Vuitton, allegedly, back in the day. This is the same brand that some of my people want to die over. They cannot wait to have their signs plastered on them, be doing free marketing even for them people, giving them people their money, right? And this is just one example, because I've heard some very shady, heinous things about some of them other brands, right? But just using this as an example and saying, have you guys heard this? Is this news to you? Because I'm just finding out. And for those who haven't heard yet, I want to use this opportunity to tell you about it.
Boycott an African-owned beauty shop, but still wear Gucci, the company that literally created a blackface sweater. Make this make sense for me, because it's not making sense. The math is not mathing. Here's a wild idea though. How about we hold systems accountable instead of your black cousins who are just trying to come into your neighborhoods and create their own business to provide for their children and their families? But hey, if punching down makes you feel better about that $7 latte or that $50 yoga pants from Lululemon, then, by all means, go ahead and punch down, because apparently it makes you feel powerful. Y'all just be doing too much.
And that brings me to the rest of this sister's video, because people were also in her comment section saying the exact same thing, talking about how come she's saying that they should boycott African businesses, but she has not said anything about them boycotting them other people's businesses, them other people who have been hateful, racist, and disrespectful towards black people. And this was what she had to say.
Now, there are some of you in the comments that are saying, well, if we're going to do this to our own people, to Africans, which, by the way, they're not our own people, they are not Black American, and they don't even want to associate themselves with us, but I digress.
Now, this is where there is a problem, right? When we generalize like this. Yes, there are some Africans who do not want to associate with African Americans, and vice versa. There are some African Americans who do not want to associate with Africans, but they are Africans and African Americans, like myself, for example, who do want to associate with and be in community with African Americans. Hell, all black people. We love our people and we want to be around them. We want to be in community with them. We wish them well, right? So this is why it takes like this kind of generalized statements are very problematic and dangerous, because not only does it paint this picture of all of us hate African Americans, right? Or we don't want to associate with them. It also invalidates the feelings and opinions of those who actually do want to associate, right? It eradicates us. It creates this this illusion, this facade of we don't exist, and that is not true, and it's very dangerous, because a lot of people would come by these videos, both young and old, right? People who, African Americans maybe, who've never encountered an African before, they just could hear this and they run with it. And that's a problem, because now when they encounter an African, they may not even want to be open to get close to this person, because they already have in their minds this preconceived notion that this person don't like me. It's things like this that continue to help keep alive this divide that we see in the black community, hence why it's a problem. Some may be like, oh, it's not that deep, but it really is. It really is. These things, they go a long way.
If we're going to do this to them, then y'all are saying, well, we should do this to the Asians. We should do this to the Arabs. We should do this to this. I agree. And if you want to do that, start your cause. Shit, again, I bees in the trap. I'm about this life. We can do one ethnicity a month for all I care. Start your cause. Get out my comments. Start your cause, and we'll follow it. That's it. Don't challenge me to do it. I'm doing what I believe in right now. So you do what you believe in right now. This one is August. Pick who you want to do for the month of September. state your case, start your cause, share your video that is motivating this, and rally the troops. I am all in. But right now, for the month of August, August 1st through August 31st, no support for African businesses. All right? And as I always say, Black American power. Let's go. So listen, if you are on board, like, follow, comment, share, repost, guys. Make sure to follow so you can be updated about new information. Okay? Bye.
Now, I don't know what the experience of this particular lady who wants to start the boycott and the people who are deciding to join on the boycott. I don't know what their experiences have been in the African braiding shops that they went to. So I'm not going to sit up here and say, no, my people are holier than thou. They could never do anything that will offend anybody. No, I can never say something like that. Fortunately or unfortunately, regardless of how you want to see it, we have different kinds of personalities. Some people have manners, some don't. Some people know how to treat their customers, some don't. Like, I know if you call your shop, you go call disrespect me on top my own money where I won't give you. I, as a customer, should be treated with respect. I should be accorded respect. As much as you too should be accorded respect. So this is not like a one-way thing. No, as I'm a customer, yes, I'm above you and I can treat you however way and you should respect me. No, I think, and I am of the opinion, I believe respect should be reciprocated. But when you are being respectful and this person is not respecting you back, then that's where call Olivier, I will join you, call fight. But when you now say both the people you've met and the people you've never met, you now in your mind categorize all of them as the same and tell other people too that all of them are the same and that everybody should get boycotted, we should protest against all of them. That's where I now start to wonder, like, what exactly really is going on here? Because in my mind, if I go to one place and they don't treat me well, I'm not going to go there again. I'm going to go to the next shop. So is it roping all Africans, it seems, all African businesses, it seems, together and putting all of them in this same bad basket? That's where I'm like, really, what's going on here? Are we not going to use how one person treated you to rope every other person? I don't know if that's the right way to be navigating life. Personally, that's what I'm saying.
What the is wrong with us that it makes sense to boycott African businesses because you may have had a bad experience with a African business. You've also had a bad experience with an Asian business. You've had a bad experience with a white business. You've had a bad experience with an Hispanic business, and so on and so forth. Where's the energy for those businesses that continuously come into our communities and disrespect us? But you want to start a war, a beef, continue a beef with Africans? Like, make it make sense. We are all one. Sure, we can distinguish ourselves as African American or African, but they look at us all the same. They don't look at an African and say, oh, you're African. They don't look at me as an African American and say, oh, she's an African American. No, she's a. They all the same. So what sense does it make that we are boycotting our own people? Sometimes we can really be our own worst enemy. They don't even need to do anything to divide us. There's nothing more that they need to do. We can complete the mission ourselves. The self-hate, because that's what it is. It's self-hate. There is no way. I don't even know how this thing even got legs. How did this even get legs? You got people agreeing with it. Like, yeah, when I go into the hair braiding shop, that's why black women ain't got edges. And that's why black women got bald spots or losing hair because they braid so tight. What? That's the reason why you're boycotting them? Because you made a choice to let somebody braid your hair a certain way and you didn't get the desired results? So that's justification to boycott an entire community of people? Like, y'all dumb. I say it all the time to my friends and family. The majority of people are stupid. And I mean that with my whole entire chest. Y'all are some dumb, ignorant ass people. because this don't make no goddamn sense. How you boycott your own people when you got people, other races, other communities that have done far worse to us than we do to each other? But you want to sit here and boycott your own people. I don't even have no more words because I'm really going to go off.
And that's what I was saying earlier, right? Like, they do like what they swear for, like, no joke. And I mean that with all the love I have in my heart for my people. We are not acting right. And yes, she's speaking as an African American. Me as an African, right? I'm going to speak to my people. Because, like, why do we feed into it is what I'm saying. We have got to learn not to be feeding into this stuff. And this is vice versa too for my African American brothers and sisters or my Caribbean brothers and sisters. If you see an African come online and make a stupid take, can we just maybe get to that point where we don't engage? Because I'm also starting to get to this point where I think that some of these people who start these issues, right, they do it, they are rage baiting. They are rage baiting, they are content farming, they are trying to get into your emotions. They do this intentionally because they know making takes like this is going to get them views. And now I'm not saying specifically that the sisters who are pushing for this protest and boycott, that's what they are doing, because who knows, they may really feel this way in their heart and this is what they want to fight for, right? But I'm speaking collectively here, right? There are people who I think they do this thing specifically for that reason. Rage baiting. So one way I think that we can actually maybe be nipping this ish at the bud before they even start is to ignore these videos, this kind of content when we come by them, because if people are not engaging with it, it's not going to blow into these things. Let them fizzle out into oblivion.
I don't even have no more words because I'm really going to go off and get to cursing on here, and I don't need to be doing all that. Y'all need to grow up and do better. Matter of fact, let's make August 1st, you do go to an African business. If there's an African beauty supply, if there's an African, I don't know, corner store, whatever kind of business it is out there that an African may have, go ahead and make sure y'all frequent it on August 1st. Let's counteract this ignorance because this is fucking stupid. So goddamn dumb.
So I went into the comment section and some of the comments had me going on, like this one from this brother by the name Barrett. He said, it's going to be hard for me to boycott. My wife is Nigerian. And a sister responded saying, and my husband is Liberian, so I ain't boycotting nothing. Now, this is what I was saying earlier in the video, right? When I said that I would hate to think that what is happening on TikTok in the Black community, in the African diaspora with the wars that's going on, I would hate to come to find out that a similar situation is happening in real life. Not that it's happening on the internet is going to be okay, because it's not okay. It would never be okay wherever this is happening, right? And of course, there is like a bridge between internet and reality, because people who are in real life are the same people we find on the internet. So whatever ideology that is being pushed on the internet, some people internalize these things and they act upon them in real life, right? So the internet is not some abstract reality or some multiverse somewhere that like we imagine. It's somewhat fictional, like it's not exactly a real place, but real people are on there, real people with their real brains, and they're taking up things, right? So me saying that, oh, I hope this is not happening in real life, don't make the fact that like it's happening on the internet any better, right? You guys get what I mean? But like, the point I'm trying to make is this comment from this brother and this sister highlighted the fact that like, yes, that in the real world, people are making connections, people are friends with each other from the various communities. This comment says, absolutely not. I'll be supporting them. Let me go get my suya. Oh my goodness.
Black America, do not boycott your own people. I'm saying that because recently I saw a video from a sister complaining about services that she received from an African hairdresser. And she laid out her grievances on why Black America should do an economic blackout on all Africans and their services on August the 1st. And when I saw her say this, I felt embarrassed by this. Africans Black people that live outside of the United States, they are not our enemy. They're not our oppressor. And I need for my brothers and sisters here in America, my fellow Black Americans, I need you to understand why we boycott. It isn't because we don't like services that we got from somebody. We're boycotting companies that do wrong by Black people. That's what we're doing. We boycott companies that do wrong by women. We boycott companies that do environmental damage, what's referred to as environmental racism. Companies that destroy environments where Black people stay. That's who we boycott. We don't put that energy on our own people. You put that energy on the people who are oppressing you, on the people who don't care about you, not your own people. I need my fellow Black Americans to wake up out of their colonized tribal mind states. Wake up. You're being manipulated by forces that you can't see. They're trying to get you to buy into not just anti-immigration, but specifically to oppose Black people from other countries. That's what they're trying to get you to do, Black America. I need you to be smarter than that. I need you to pay attention. Open your eyes. Pay attention to what's going on. Don't let them use you with this anti-immigrant ridiculousness. Black America, stand down on the economic boycott request for boycotting Africans in the United States. Stand down from that ridiculousness. It's counter-revolutionary. It's counterproductive. Does not benefit Black Americans or Black people. We have to stop going against ourselves.
That's the video. Let me know down below in the comment section what your thoughts are. Thank you very much for watching. And of course, as always, I'll be catching you in the next one. Bye.